Okay. All right, so you have your couple of minutes now again. Computer sadly is not working. That's why, again, I like a regular blackboard. You have no problem with chalk and markers. Okay, so the evolution of genes, right? Okay. What does evolution mean? What do you think it means? Right?
Tend to
Yeah, right. Okay, it can mean change, right?
Change.
It's a good adjective to describe evolution, right? We talk about like men, right? How they evolved, how they changed, right? What did men look like millions and zillions of years ago is very different from the way we look now. So that's perfect, right? Anything can evolve, right? Teaching English has evolved in a sense because it's changed a lot with the growing need of ESL learners, high demand. So genes too, sorry gentlemen, we're talking about fashion. I guess this is more for the ladies. But we can understand, you know, how things change and how we really talk about time. And
development.
yeah, exactly. Perfect. The development, right, comes from evolve. Evolve, okay? So the evolution of genes. So 1930s. Now, what did women wear in the 1930s? Who had 1930s? You did, right? Can you retell the class what you read, please, here?
I just read it, I just read it, or I tell them about it.
Yeah, please, explain to them what you read. That's what you're going to do, everyone, right? Mm-hmm. Don't reread it, in your own words, right?
And in 1930s.
In the 1930s.
In the 1930s, the women began to wear the jeans, and they started make more fashion and by themselves.
Okay, so we don't say the 1930s, the 1980s. When we are describing like a decade, like that, we say in the 1930s. I'm sorry, we say in the 1930s or in the 80s, women wore. Okay.
Oh.
Right. Not the women. That's what I meant to say. Right. So you don't say the women or the men. We don't use the article. Okay. We don't place an article. We just say women wore jeans in the 1930s. Okay. Okay. So what does it mean breaking with tradition there?
This is evolution.
Pardon?
This is evolution.
Wait, I can't hear.
Oh, this is evolution.
Okay, right. Well, it means that women weren't allowed to wear jeans before that. They didn't wear them. Okay, they wore skirts or dresses only. So they broke from tradition. That's what that means. They said, I'm going to wear jeans. I'm a woman, hear me roar. Okay, so it was a special time actually for women. So we can just say in the 1930s, women. Great. Say again. Started, right? Simple past. It's over. Right? Started to wear jeans. Okay. Good. Okay. Excellent. What about the 1980s? What happened? In the 1980s.
Women wore heavy metal.
Okay. Well, right. Okay.
With the acid wash, jeans started this popular trend.
Okay. Right. Yeah. Well, what does popular mean? What does popular mean?
Some famous trends, fashionable.
Right. Okay. So it was a popular style, a trend to wear acid wash. See, jeans with a little bit specks of white maybe in it because of heavy metal bands.
It looks like a little bit old.
It looks like what?
A little bit old. Not old. It looks like a little bit
Worn.
It's not new.
They look old, right? Right, that's exactly it, okay? Good. So in the 1980s, women, what did they wear? Tell me again.
They were
They-
more heavy metal.
Okay, well, heavy metal, I think, inspired, but what they wore is acid wash jeans, right? Heavy metal rock bands were very popular. The music was very popular, so they inspired fashion, right? So women wore acid wash jeans, right? Why are you using the past tense in the 1930s and the 1980s right now?
Because the past.
Pardon?
Because it's in the past.
Yeah. What were you going to say?
Yeah, because it is happened and finished.
And it's finished, and right, and not only that, but why? Are we mentioning something?
Specific time.
Right, see, we're mentioning the 80s, okay? We're saying, oh, in the 80s, women wore acid wash jeans. Because we're specifying that period of time, and that period of time is over. The 80s is over. That hair is over, thank God. Some of you are too young to remember the fashion for women's hair was very big and puffy. So, okay. Great, what about the 1990s? Retell the class about the 1990s. Sunny, now everyone has a chance.
In 1990s.
In the 1990s?
In the 1990s, women wore beige.
Okay, can everyone say this to me? Baggy.
Baggy.
Right, baggy.
And the jeans style was punk from cost to cost.
Say again, sorry.
The jeans style.
Jeans
Style was
we use jeans as plural. Yeah.
were punk from cost to cost.
Right, okay, so we can say that, yeah, they were punk inspired. Right, punk inspired, because it was a look, punk rock. Whereas in the 80s, it was heavy metal inspired. Okay, right, so they wore, right? Now, why are you using the past?
War.
Pardon?
War.
Right, but why are you using the past?
Because it's in 1990s.
Pardon?
This is 1990s, the past year, and it's finished.
And it's finished, right? It's over. We mentioned the time, right? Okay, good. Great. What about the okay, we skipped, but what about the 1950s? What did women wear in the 1950s?
In the 1950s, women wore the gym go-to style on the teen scene.
Okay, so the go-to style was a rebel look, right?
Rebel look.
Right. What is
Rebel
it?
look.
Yeah. Does anyone know what rebel means?
Rebel, the opposite of the normal thing.
Right, well, the opposite behavior, maybe, right? If you're a rebel, you go against what is correct behavior.
Yeah.
Okay, sometimes when you're younger, you do things that your mother tells you not to do.
Not to do.
You're rebelling. Go to bed early? No, I'm going to go to bed late. You're rebelling, okay?
Do your homework and not.
Right, yeah.
Watch TV.
Okay, so this was, the look was rebel inspired. So here we can say the look here was what? Acid inspired? Heavy metal inspired?
Yeah.
Heavy metal. Yeah. Okay, good. And what about the 1970s?
In the 1970s, there is new style.
Right, okay, so there's no, well, what's inspired? Denim goes designer as American.
Fashion. That is great. Introduce new cut like flare lace
flared. It goes like this. See, ladies, the jeans? And gentlemen, of course, I'm sorry.
It's too pampered.
It just, at the end, it goes out like that. That's a flare style. Okay?
And pre-wash fabric.
Okay, right. So, why are you using the past tense?
Because it's happened in the past and in that specific time.
And this is right, okay. Okay, you see that? Well, what about today? I'll tell you, today women are wearing bright color jeans, like watermelon, neon, okay? It's all about colors, vibrant colors, okay? So today, women are wearing, because I'm talking about the present, what's happening now, right? Yeah. So, but here, this is over. In the 1980s, women wore acid jeans, acid inspired, acid washed. Okay? Okay. Good. Very good. Any questions with that? Okay. Excellent. And this is fun for the gentlemen too. They're like, boring. But you can really see how, like a timeline here. See, from 1930 to now. What happened? What is happening? Okay? What has happened? Okay? We can also say what has happened with women's styles. It has evolved. It has changed. And I'm just using the present perfect because I'm not mentioning when it changed. I'm just saying women's style has changed and evolved a lot. Isn't that correct? I mean, if you look at women in China, has the style changed from 30 years ago? How much has it changed? Say again?
Totally changed.
Okay, use the present perfect, right? It has totally?
It has totally changed.
Okay, why? What did women wear in the 1980s in China?
In China, most people,
Not
in the 1980s,
women.
women
Mm-hmm.
wore the Chinese traditional dresses.
Okay, see that? 80s is over. So they wore traditional Chinese dresses?
Yeah.
Okay, and
But as now, jeans and different styles people wearing. Women wear different styles.
now, so they don't wear the traditional Chinese clothes? No?
Oh,
You do?
yeah, like in celebration, people are happy.
Okay, okay.
But it's not very normal.
Okay. And how has style changed, do you think, in Saudi Arabia for women? From when you were a young boy. When you were a young boy, what did women wear traditionally to school?
It has changed.
Change? Everyone changed?
Changed.
Mm-hmm.
Early,
Mm-hmm.
because
Early? No, maybe.
no, not early. It has changed. Totally or
A lot?
a lot.
Okay. Totally is good too. We would say that. Okay. It has changed a lot, okay?
Yeah. They was where they wear
They weared or they, anyone help them?
has wear or half wear. That's why I talk about they.
Okay.
Half wear
No, they wore.
wore.
Simple
yes.
past. Mm-hmm.
Beige color in the primary school.
Okay.
Then they change it to beige color. Then they change.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's good. So you're specifying on color. So it's changed a lot. You see, he could just say it's changed a lot. And that's it. But he's not telling me when because it's still changing. It could change more. You know, or maybe it won't. Okay? Yeah. Good. That was very good. Did you like this little evolution?
Mm-hmm.
Gentlemen, be honest. That's okay.